This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we listen to all of their records. We rank them from worst to best. We get into our biggest banger, biggest stinger from each of them, and we try to have a good time doing it. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. That's all I got for the boring intro. Let's get right into this. What are we doing this week, Jeff? Go. God,
okay.
I got like all the burps.
We just got all the burps today. All the burps. We're doing Refused.
Refused, baby. So they have 5 records. We're gonna listen. Like I said, we're gonna list them from worst to best. Give our biggest banger and stinker. And this will go quick. This will go quick because it's 5 records. So let's get into it. What's your worst or your least favorite? I'm sorry. What is your least favorite Refused record? Go.
Let's see. Freedom, their 4th record, 2015. I don't think this is even a bad record. I don't think they have any bad records. This is just my least favorite. I think my rankings here, I'm going to go more into like why it's here rather than like what I like about it, just because.
Yeah, same here.
It was hard. Like some of these were kind of hard to rank. So anyway, Freedom, their 4th record. I mean, this is like 20 years after fucking Shape of Punk, right? That's a long fucking time, but it's still aggressive Refused.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's like way too many electronic elements on this. Like almost. No, I take that back. I do think there are way too many electronic elements on this because like every fucking song features like a keyboard or some like backing synth part to it, right? Like get the fuck out of here. But I do think this is a more like typical rock and roll sound than like they've ever done. It's not. It's more in line with like an AC/DC type of record than it is like a Refused record. Mm-hmm. Just in the scope of their discography. That's why it's here. I don't really care for it that much, but I would still probably give this like a 1. I give this a 1.
A 1? Okay.
I give it a 1. Yeah.
1 out of 3. So we have a 3-point rating system where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to. 1 is a bad album, but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So that's the rating system. Yeah, you got something in your eye. You've been picking at it for.
What do you call those things? Your eyebrows, not the eyebrows.
Eyelash.
I had an eyelash in my eyeball. I can't quite get it. Do you ever make wishes when you hit the eyelash, then you go like that?
I keep all my eyelashes. I have beautiful eyelashes, and I keep them all.
So like Renee doesn't like teeth. Like teeth is kind of like freaks her out. Like loose teeth, especially like the kids have like a loose tooth and it pops out.
Yeah.
She don't like that. So
I'm the same way. I can't do teeth things.
I've got a surprise for you next time you come out here. Then.
I mean, I can deal with anything, but teeth are my least favorite things.
So so like ever since I just found out that she didn't like that, I keep all the kids' teeth in like a little jar and I shake them like that. So like you open it up and there's like 25 teeth in there.
That doesn't bother me. It's like when people do stuff with their teeth, like when they bite ice, they bite a popsicle, or they like people open up bottles like beer bottles with their teeth. That shit I don't like. I hate that shit. I could watch like the goriest, nastiest shit. I agree. But the moment you start doing shit with your teeth, that's where I have to draw the line.
Because
can't do it.
You only got so many of them, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, cut off a finger. Like the Yakuza always cut off fingers. Like, who cares? You got fucking 10 of them. Who gives a fuck? And they always start with the pinky anyway. You don't even cut the whole finger off. They only cut up to like the fucking first knuckle. So like you still have a finger. Come on. Tony Iommi, right? Like you don't need all your. Get the fuck out of here. Jerry Garcia, you don't need all your fucking fingers. Like get out of here, pussies. See, if the Yakuza were not pussies, they'd be knocking teeth out in the front. That would be fucking ballsy. Like boom, right there in the fucking front, right one of them front chompers, right? Like everyone right sees that. It's the first thing everybody sees.
Your little chip tooth right there.
Love that chip tooth right there.
You've never gotten it fixed. It's been almost 10 years.
I did get it fixed. I got it fixed from a friend of the pod. His dad is a dentist, and he fixed it.
Did he? I haven't looked at your teeth. I have.
And then a week after he fixed it, I bit into like a donut or something, and it broke right off. And I never got it fixed ever since then.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I didn't want to get into the whole thing that he did with the school and the insurance scam that probably happened on that one, but.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, so anyway, Freedom's my least favorite. My favorite song was 366. Fun song. This part was the song was cool because at some point it had this really like heavy driving bass line that kind of like just pushed everything forward that I thought was fun. War on the Palaces. this was my least favorite song. Dude, this song sucked. Like, it was bad. And this is the reason why, like, this song is the reason why it's so low here, because it was just like this goofy dad rock and roll song, like really boring Wolf Mother, but then you add like these bluesy horns in there as if like you're trying to be fucking George Thorogood, right? That you're trying to be some blues rock band with horns coming in. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, Refused? Like, no, you're not good at that. I appreciate you branching out, but like, no. You should just stay dead.
Okay, fair. My number 5 is Freedom as well. 4th record, 2015. This is the big comeback record. You know, they broke up in '98 with little fanfare, and
I know nobody cared.
Nobody cared in 1998. But after that, you know, after they broke up, every band was like, everybody cites Refused as their.
It's true.
Their influence, which I totally get, you know, but yeah, so this is their big comeback record. They announced their reunion in 2012. They played Coachella, but I think their first show back, no, it was Coachella, and then they played Glass House, and I missed getting tickets for that one. It sold out like that.
Yeah, nothing screams like political leftist band than playing Coachella.
Yeah, same with At the Drive-In. Played that same Coachella. It was Refused and At the Drive-In who
Which
played
is a
that.
crazy fucking lineup. But
Both reunion shows for them too.
Sellout fucks.
But yeah, so this is their big comeback record from 2015. The album's really good. I do have this on vinyl. It definitely does lack a lot of the energy from the 90s era of the band, but it's to be expected. You know, what are we, 17 years on? So it's like the At the Drive-In record, Inter Alia. You know, so far after the relationship of Command, the band's not gonna sound the same, and I don't knock them for it. It's to be expected. With this record, Freedom, they continue with a lot of the experimentation that they were doing on Shape of Punk to Come, but yeah, it was a little bit more mid-tempo kind of songs, and just kind of trudging along. The songs are kind of trudging along, and they're really not bad songs. There's nothing bad here. I do like this record. It did drop in my rankings. I there was one record that I don't have on vinyl that I may get. I don't know, but
well, if you have this on vinyl and this is your least favorite record, then that stands to reason that everything else above this you should get on vinyl because it's better than this, and you already have this.
Yes, that's correct.
Unless you're going to purge this,
I might purge it, but. My favorite song is Electra. It was the lead single. It was the first song that came out when they came back, and I really do love this song. It's a true banger of a song. It does have that Shape of Punk to Come feel, kind of like Deadly Rhythm almost, kind of like that song. I do really, really love that song. But my stinker is Franca Freak. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Franca Freak.
No idea how to pronounce that. Very mid-tempo, kind of dancey kind of song. I don't like that children's choir thing that they do. I think that's really lame and stupid and doesn't sound good. But that's like probably one of the worst songs they've ever done, and it's still not that bad of a song. But I don't know. I just going through it again. I don't know if I'll really listen to it again, and I'll probably purge this record. I don't know. We'll see. But I do really love Electra. If I can get just a single of Electra, I would be good. But anyway, Freedom, my number 5, still solid, but not the best. So, what do you got for number 4?
It's so crazy to think like how much Refused. They're so up their fucking ass. But like, I don't fault musicians for playing shows to make money, because if you can do what you love and make money while doing it, that's great. But Refused is like on a different level of pretending to be not that type of band, and then they just are that type of band. But whatever. War Music, that's my number 4. That's their 5th record, their last record, 2019. This is a pretty rad record for the amount of time that like passed between their first record and their last record. Like, we're definitely getting back to their hardcore roots here. This record's very fucking dramatic. Like, the heavy chuggy parts are very deliberate, very angry. The more like kind of post-hardcore-y stuffs here are more in line with Shape of the Punk to Come, but more like rudimentary, more in line with like Flames or their first record. But this record's not great. Like, there's no like defining characteristic here. And I kind of thought like with some bands that we do and they come out with a new record, if you erase everything prior to that, would anybody give a fuck about this record?
Mm-hmm.
Right, like Green Day, right, with the Saviors, and I think Saviors is dumb, and
Their
the
latest
Revolution
record.
Radio from fucking
2015,
whatever that one was, that record.
something.
Like if you erase Dookie from existence, if you erase everything
Dookie.
else from existence, would people give a fuck about those records? Like, no fucking way, no way.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think this record, and even Freedom, I think if you erased everything they'd done prior to this would still be a good record. Like we would still be talking like, oh, do you hear this band Refuse dropped this record? It's pretty fucking good. It sounds like this, and this, and we would probably sing its praises pretty damn well. Their biggest enemy is just themselves because they've released such fucking bangers that they just can't top it.
Yeah, how can you match the greatness of the 90s era of this band?
And that's my only knock to this record,
Yeah.
really. I want to watch the world burn. This is crazy because this sounds like fucking Black Audio, and I hate that I love it, and it irritates me. And I hate the way he sings on this because it fucking reminds me of Black Audio, and it pisses me off. But I like it so much. And then Malfire, that's my least favorite song. This is just like out of place, dude. This doesn't make any sense on this record. I don't fucking understand like why they chose this. It's stupid. Like everything on this record is so aggressive and hard edged, and this is just like, as Kobe would say, this is soft. Soft like Dwight Howard.
I like it.
Keeping it basketball themed.
So would you get this on vinyl? No?
No. I'd only get 3 on vinyls.
Okay, that's fine. My number 4 is also War Music, 5th record from 19, their last record, because they're breaking up, and that's honestly the reason why we're doing this, but we'll get into that on the main episode. I do like this record a lot. I listened to it when it came out a couple times, and it just didn't quite hit for me. But this week, I really, really dug it. I think it's significantly better than Freedom. It keeps with the experimentation of that record, and like modern sense, but also does a great throwback of their earlier stuff, especially out from their first record. There's a lot of thrashy stuff on here, but with like more polished production and style and sound. But no, this is great. And you made a good point where in that, you know, if this is the only album this band put out, I think I'd probably be more into it. But yeah, because we have the first 3 records, you just can't fuck with it. Like this automatically goes to the bottom. Like it doesn't stand a chance. It does not stand a chance. And once again, it's not a knock to this record. It's just your other material is just so their other material is just so good. So I really dig this. I think I might actually buy this on vinyl and get rid of my Freedom record, because like I said before, I was just not into War Music really at all. But this week I listened to it a couple times this week, and it's fucking good, man. It's really good. So my banger, Violent Reaction, it has this kind of like thrash kind of riff. It's just a kind of a faster song. It's just a good throwback to their earlier stuff. I really like this song. Stinker, Death and Vanas, mid-tempo kind of this era of Refused, kind of just more of the same. This is almost like a filler song on the record. It's not really bad, but it's just they've done this kind of thing so much on the last 2 records. We don't need another one of these songs. So War Music is my number 4. What do you got for number 3? Now we're getting into the good stuff.
Here's where we get into stuff that like not only will I get on vinyls, but like I think are fucking good, like really, really, really good. Mm-hmm. And songs to fan the flames of discontent. That's my third favorite. That's where I rank it. Number 3, second record. Dude, I like this record a lot. Like I'm going to get this on the vinyls. It's just like here, like it has to be put somewhere, and I have to say something negative about it for it to justify even being here. It's just the middle ground, dude. It's the bridge from their first to Shape. There's nothing wrong with this, but like the 90s hardcore punk sound just like never left these guys, even the second time around. And so the jump from their first record to this isn't nearly as great as from this to the Shape of Punk to Come. And so I hear, man, like there's a lot of times he just sounds like Davey Havok. It just sounds like fucking just normal 90s, like not necessarily skate punk, but like you're getting there. I could see them calming down after this and becoming a more skate punky late 90s like punk band. And like that would be cool too. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just think this is just it's too one-dimensional to be listed as number one for sure. And like we've already heard them do this sound in a more pure form. So therefore I don't want to put it at number two because it's just a more polished first record. But again, I think this record is fucking great. Return to the Closet's my favorite song. Dude, this was like an OC hardcore song. It was bouncy. It was fun. It was like some fucking Death by Stereo kind of sounding shit. Just really, really, really fucking good. Last Minute Pointer. I don't know. I chose this one because that guitar droning effect that he did was kind of dumb. I guess I have nothing negative to say about this record. It was good. I liked it. It's not one. It's not one.
Okay.
It's just
that's
not.
Fine. You just, I get it. These last three records,
I don't like ranking records that I really, really like this because then it's just, I don't like doing it.
Because you can't pick anything negative. Like I can't really pick anything negative out of my top three.
There's nothing negative.
They're just all so good. So we were just gonna have to nitpick little things.
Yeah, stupid little things.
So I mean, this week, this could very well change, but this week it's this just might be the truth. Their first record from '94. I still really do love this record. I have it on vinyl. I truly love this record. But in the end, this is just a more straightforward hardcore record. A lot of bands were doing, some bands, not a lot, but some bands were doing this type of style, but Just Refuse did it really fucking well. And I think this is their most one-dimensional record they've ever put out. And that's not a knock to them because, this is their first record and there's a lot of awesome fucking riffs on this record, but it's just, it's a lot of the same, but I'm not saying that in a negative way, but that's really why I'm just putting it at number 3 because it's just all the same. It's all just a great fucking hardcore record. That's what it is. And it's easily their heaviest record they've ever put out. Because also it's so fucking raw sounding. Just everything sounds so fucking gross and dirty and nasty. Fucking love it. Banger, Trick Bag, just a little bit faster of a song. Super fucking heavy with that riff. Stinker, it's an easy cop-out intro because why have it? There's no reason to have. There's no reason to have the intro. We're getting a hardcore record. We don't need this intro. It's stupid.
It's true.
So yeah, that's what we got. So that's what I got. So this just might be the truth. I always forget the name of this record too. I always just call it Truth in my mind.
Because it's stupid. This might be the truth. Why put the little dramatic pause in there? What? That's dumb.
Yeah. So I keep looking over to remind myself what this record's called. So yeah, what do you got for number 2? Go.
That's my number 2. This just might be the truth. First record. This is an incredible hardcore record. Mm-hmm. Like I'm definitely glad they grew out of this phase because there are times when this record is just fucking suicidal tendencies, which is just
not
like basic hardcore punk sounding with shouty kind of talking, singing, right? That singing gait that Mike does. And it's not a knock, because I think these guys do it fucking better than most of Suicidal albums, except for Freedom. Oh, which is kind of funny, because Refuse to have an album named Freedom. Freedom and their first record of Suicidal. Everything else, like, I don't really care. But like, damn, dude, this record is aggressive, and it never fucking stops. And it's not just aggressive, the normal, like, hardcore kind of sound, because even, like, in the aggressive hardcore sound, not everyone's doing the same type of aggression. Whereas, like, if you have, like, a blast beat that comes in, maybe the singer's just kind of, like, doing nothing, or he's just kind of growling or screaming, which doesn't always match, like, the blast beat or a breakdown. Everyone's always just kind of, like, how aggressive can we be individually, which makes it this everyone just kind of, like, I don't know, doing this weird, I guess hard to put it in terms that we'll talk about later, this hardcore free jazz kind of thing. Whereas, like, this record seemed like everyone is working together and writing music together and coming together for, like, a common like sonic goal to be aggressive and heavy and fast. And they're not even that fast all the time either. And it still sounds fucking fast. And they're not even that heavy either, but it's still aggressive. Like, this is a wild record, dude. It's fucking crazy. I was blown away by this. I was researching, like, how much is the original cost? It's not that much money. I had to reel it in a little bit, but like, God damn,
you don't want to
dude.
be like me and just buy a bunch of records
you're fucking out of control, for sure. Out of control.
I'm not.
Pump the Brakes. That's the song after the intro.
That worked way too well.
That's a song after the intro. I think this is just fucking insane because it starts off so heavy and chuggy, and you're kind of like imagine you throw this on for the first time, right? Your local fucking Desert Grooves Records is like, hey, you should check out this band Refuse. Like I've been listening, heard a couple of their EPs or whatever before. Let's check them out. They're cool. And then you get that intro, and they're kind of like, whatever. That's kind of stupid. Like, oh, I'm a Fugazi guy. I like fucking early '90s belongs to Fugazi. And then it starts off chugging heavy, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. And then it drops into like the perfect hardcore sound of the 90s. And it never stops. It never lets up from there. And like the entire record is that. And that's awesome.
Did that actually happen at your store, Desert Grooves Records? Because that was very like a very specific tale.
I wish.
That would be fucking cool. It happened.
No, everyone that comes to my store, everyone too, I'm not hyperbolizing. Everybody that comes to my store is always asking for dumb shit. Like, I don't know, dude. Like fucking Playboy Cardi or Cardi B or any of the Kardashians.
Kardashians.
That was a fucking Cardi joke.
That was a dumb
Hit
joke.
that well. Bottom. Tops and bottoms. That's my least favorite. And I don't even have the negative to say about this. It's just the last track. But it's just a little generic hardcore punk sounding. Yeah. Not a whole lot of nuance to it, but I don't know. It's a fucking good song.
All right. That's good. All right, so my number 2 is the album of the week, The Shape of Punk to Come. There you go. There you go. It surprised me too.
Don't be silly.
So what do you got for number 1?
I know it. There's no way it's not. There's no way it is.
My number 2?
No, there's no way that The Shape of Punk to Come you think is not as good of an album as Fear. That's crazy.
Wait, what?
You think that the album of the week is your second best, but you think songs to fan the flames of discontent is number 1.
Yes, correct. That is correct.
Fucking album titles are so stupid too. Good God.
It's kind of hard to remember them too, so like I have to kind of look over.
And we're not even going to say the whole fucking phrase we'll probably say it once for The Shape of Punk to Come, but we're not saying the whole fucking thing.
Well, even then, it's like, even when I think about these records, I call Shape of Punk to Come, I just call it punk. And then, I just call the other one Trust. Wait, is it Trust? Or Truth. Why did I say Trust? Truth. And then I just call this one Discontent. Their second record from 1996 is my favorite record.
That's stupid.
I just call it Discontent.
Your ranking is silly and dumb.
Okay. Well, it's not. So,
wrong.
I honestly, until this week, until probably 2 days ago, I would have said Shape of Punk to Come would be my favorite. It would be my favorite record by them. But there's something about this that just really hit me hard on this record. I've always loved this record. I really, really do. I have it on vinyl, obviously. But this has the unrelenting, just kind of hardcore punch in the face of the first record, but a lot more put together, a lot more focused than the first record. And there's no filler on here. There's not one part of this that it's like, oh my God, you guys need to get your fucking heads out of your ass. Like, come on, Shape of Punk to Come, which we'll get into on the main episode. There are certainly parts where it's like, you guys just need to calm the fuck down. But on this one, this just does not fucking stop. And the riffs, some of the coolest riffs they have are on this record. And Shape of Punk to Come has some great riffs, but this one has just some incredible shit going on. The drumming also is fucking amazing on this record. I have nothing bad to say about it. At this point, these guys are just better musicians. This is just a giant step up from the first record, and there's no fluff at all. I fucking love it. It's just an incredible fucking hardcore record that was ahead of its time. It really, really was, from 1996. So my favorite song on this one is my second favorite Refuse song, Coup d'etat. I mean, this song, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like this song. Stinker, if I had to choose one, Return to the Closet, only because it has that loud, quiet dynamic that they do a ton of on punk. Not to say it's bad. It's just, I had to pick a stinker, and that's why this one's here. So.
Okay.
This record's truly incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's truly incredible.
Fucking one though. That's just.
You'll get there someday. You haven't been listening to Refuse.
I don't.
You haven't been listening to Refuse that long. So.
That's true. But I hope I don't ever get to that point where I think an objectively worst record is their best.
Well, anyway, we'll get into it on the main episode. So thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button and go listen to the main episode. We're getting into The Shape of Punk to come. I'm not going to say the full title because I don't remember it because it's stupid. So that's it. That's all.
Liebert.
I had nothing.